So you might get a little pop-up, and then we should be live in just a second. All right. We seem to be live. If you don't mind checking the group, Jen, the GSD normal group, if we are live.
I will.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. We're going to be talking about some sales stuff, positioning yourselves a little bit. Okay. Because the reason I wanted to go over this is like this week I've had a lot of calls with a bunch of agency owners, and it's not just this week, it's literally been the last like 15 years. And it doesn't have to be just agency owners, but you're my people. So I want to make sure my people know how to be prepared for the opportunity. Because like whenever I ask an agency owner, what do you do? It's just like, I don't even know, and I'm a marketer. It's like, what, like you just went from software to Facebook ads to you used to own a construction business. That doesn't like really help at all. It confuses the heck out of people. So I want to refine just the basics. Like everything I'm going to be teaching is just literally simple principles that'll lead up to those big opportunities, those big sales, those big paydays, and then ultimately consistency. Okay. Because like, let's just think into the future, like we're killing it. And then we go through a slump, and that slump is lasting like a week, a month. And we're like, fuck, why me? Now we have to go back. What do people in slumps do? Like, I'm going to give a baseball analogy this time. Like Alex Rodriguez, when he was on the Yankees, went through just a nasty slump. New Yorkers are mean too, right? What did he go back to? Just the basics. Just went back into the batter's box with his baseball coach, and just what he learned in T-ball and in high school and his first year with the Mariners, just went back to that. Now his body might have changed and his stance might have slightly changed, but he went right back to the basics. He was meant to be great, just like everybody else is, but the people who fuck up just try to get too fancy. They're trying to solve too big of a problem. And it really is very simple. Just go always back to the basics. Okay, so we'll outline our introduction strategy, how we even position ourselves. But then I want to go to the hot dog principle, and I want to start there. My Costco analogy: get the $1.50 thing, and then you get your foot in the door, and then you go buy some stuff. Right? We create the relationship, and we move up. And Costco's wild, right? They created a $125 a year membership just to go even walk in the building to shop there. And now their next level is, hey, we have an awesome food court. Eat and then go shop, or shop and then sit and eat. And now you feel like you're going to be part of their community. And then they have all those other services, like whatever, solar, they have healthcare, auto benefits, travel benefits, insurance benefits, business benefits. So they're kind of indoctrinating you into, we got the food that you can shop for and all the gadgets, but then we also have the food court. Then we have also, while you're sitting and eating your hot dog, check out our home services that you can also buy, especially when you're walking out. It's intentionally there for a reason. So we need to create that model within our agencies. That's so important that we have that staircase model, and then knowing where to start people. Because if somebody wants a website and you're bidding on the website because they have no website, or it went down, or it looks like shit and they know they want it, don't downsell them, give them what they want. Now, the downsell within the website could be like, you don't need a $20,000 thing and try to compete against like a big, huge brand if you don't have the cash flow. The downsell here is, now let's do a landing page with like 3 different levels: home, services, quote. That's it. So now we can downsell within what they want already. Okay. Now, real quick, because a lot of you guys are DMing me, and it just leads me to believe that a lot of people aren't watching the videos on a couple things. Number one, the Diamond Club access, where the recordings are. So I'm just going to share my screen really quick for a second here. Okay, so Diamond Club, and if you're not in the Diamond Club, the link is in the description, and I'll drop it in the Facebook groups here. So when you go in the Diamond Club, you log into your portal. If you already have an account with us and you do not see your product showing up, then you're going to hit refresh, or you're going to log out, log back in. If you lost your password, hit password reset. That's super important. I can't do anything about your passwords. The reset button's there for a reason. And if it doesn't work, then reach out to me, but try to exhaust all the basic functions before you come to me. Because the first thing I'm going to tell you is reset your password, And if you say I did, I'm gonna say try it one more time and check your junk mail. So everything goes right here. All the recordings, they're always updated pretty much in real time, right when we're done with sessions. This is Savage Saturday, so you'll not see this in here. Only the Thursday VIPs. All of the other like Netflix style training is all underneath it. So these are all things you'll want to watch on your own time. They're not long, they're life changing. So prioritize it. If it's a priority to you, you can see the topic. And if it's in your wheelhouse of what you need to solve for right now or you want to learn, watch it. Okay. Now, you guys also have access to what we're going to be pushing hard on and moving forward hard on is SaaS. How do we integrate Go High Level SaaS? If you use another software other than Go High Level, switch it. That's the simple solution. Don't fuck with HubSpot. Forget all that other stuff. If you must and you absolutely love that stuff, at least get a Go High Level account and start the migration. But if you refuse the switch, this will train you on selling it, selling your software as a service. And then you can lean into your services. Like Rob Bailey calls it SWAS, service with a software, or software with a service, right? So it doesn't really matter. You can lead in with a foot in the door. We have all kinds of cool stuff back here. Okay, so you can see all the training. There's 50 lessons on here, bite-sized lessons. Like I said, Netflix, but for business, on how you can literally make a bunch of cash flow. Next up, if you guys upgraded to our lifetime deal, that's like a one-time payment, no subscription. It's not the $47 a month. It's like the first month in Diamond is $7 trial, then it's $47 a month. If you upgrade it into Inner Circle or lifetime Diamond offer, if you want to, just let me know. It's $500, and then you get this bonus, a Sales Jedi course. This is where you'll listen to me on live sales calls, breaking down the actual call itself, how I pre-handled stuff, how I address stuff, where I'm playing a call, I'm pausing it and talking. This is probably the best sales training you can probably learn. Like the script is important, but then listening to it and feeling it is really, really important. Or where you can just kind of get years ahead. And there's objection handling, there's partners, there's all kinds of bonuses in here. There's just a lot. So this is the upgrade. If you want to upgrade, you tell me. The easiest way is do math. How much money are you leaving on the table? And if it's more than 500, it's for you. Okay. And then here's how to get access to the Diamond Club. It's the $7 page right here. It's in the description. And then watch this video. I'm going to go a little fast now so we can get into the meat and juice of this content. So right here in this pin thing, this is like the main GSD group. joingsd.com/group. You'll go right here. This very first pin post, what I'm saying to you guys right now is on this video right here. Okay. So all you have to do is click this and simply pay attention to what's in here. Watch that video. Watch that video. Read these words. That's pretty much it. Right. And let's see what else we got. Okay. And then last is the chat. So you guys got the chat. Everybody's got access to this private chat right here. So you have a whole community of like over 200 people or so. Hopefully we get this to 1,000 or so people in the next, by the end of the year. That's our goal. And that's all the access. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure all you guys are aware of all the tools that you have, because here's my mindset. And you guys tell me here if you guys agree. If you learn just one thing and you use it, this entire subscription will pay for itself for the next decade at $47 a month. Who here agrees with that? Okay. I truly believe one of these calls, like even this free Savage Saturday call, will pay for the whole fucking Diamond Club for the person who takes the information, writes down 3 or 4 notes that's most important, and actually goes and rehearses, utilizes it. That's how simple things are. When I was early on, I was like, somebody said something to me. I'm like, repeat it back to me. Let me write it down word for fucking word. And then that person would be like, I can say it in a different way, but you're missing the whole entire point of the conversation. I'm not trying to have you do my shit verbatim. I'm trying to understand the methodology. Then you go make it your own immediately. Yeah, that's the when I went to realtor.com and I worked there, when I learned sales, and no offense if anybody still works there or if you were the guy that trained me, the training fucking sucked. Training fucking sucked. And we had to do 2 weeks of shitty training for 8 hours a day. And we're like, what are we doing here? Like, do we even want to be here? The only way we learned was two things: pick up the phone and get hung up on, and learn your way through, and then lose a little confidence, which is normal. And then number two, listen to the top producers. What the fuck are they doing, and why the hell not me? Because they got the same product, they got the same cold call list, but just different state. Why them and not me? So then you can just listen to them. They help you. And that's what we did in the Sales Jedi course, is that top producer type content where it's like, here's how the deals close. Here's how you pre-handle objections. When a call sounds smooth, it's because of practice and rehearsal. It's not because they didn't have any objections. It's because we had a good conversation to eliminate them. And when they bring up an objection, it's now just simply a concern. And there's a lot more honesty and transparency when you have good conversations. So anybody who just jumped on, check out the beginning of this. Like, and if you're Diamond Club, you have access to this stuff. And if you want to upgrade to our lifetime deal, it's $500, and then you get the Sales Jedi sales course as a bonus. All right, so let's dive into it. I want to hear from you guys in Facebook land. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're on Facebook, #live, #replay. If you want the Diamond Club, type VIP. And if for some mysterious reason you can't find the link on your own, type VIP. If you can find it, it's literally in this description of this live video right now. So you can just click it and pay $7, and then skip this guy today, skip Starbucks, okay? And then you can buy their stock. All right, so I want to hear from you guys. Like, what's your foot in the door offer? Give me some ideas here, because I want to just see where you're at, and I'll help you guys organize this. It's gonna be live Q&A, so we're gonna actually, I'm not gonna sit here and be a dictator and be a professor that fucking sucks. I don't wear bow ties. So I want to hear what is your foot in the door offer, or what are you thinking it wants to be? And type it in the Facebook land. Well, my foot in the door offer is this: I sell to this audience. So this is your chance to get answers right here, right now. So take advantage of it. And while you guys are thinking about it, or you're nervous, or you're typing, I can't tell, just type anything. Don't give a shit, because imperfect action is the most important action. Because like Nike says, just do it. I'm going to say, just start. Just fucking start. It's the easiest way to get good at something. Just commit to starting. So I'm going to give you my original foot in the door. You guys have probably heard this time and time again. For the new people, this is going to be fresh, but repetition is the mother of success. And this is how you're going to find your angle and compare it to yourselves. I sold banner ads, those things that blinked, those things that move. They still haven't gone out of style, just like radio and billboards and TV commercials have not gone out of style. In fact, they're the backbone of publicly traded companies, is selling banner ads or display ads on their websites to drive traffic. And I sold them for $150. It was my foot in the door. It was cheap. It got a high value because people were spending $10,000 a year on advertising. They were running shitty ads, or they ran the same ad all year. I let them know that you're allowed to change it. Just like the big brands, Coca-Cola would be out of their fucking minds if they ran one commercial for the rest of their lives. Why do you think they change it? It's because of market fatigue. When somebody sees something so many times, it causes blindness. Why not change it? Let's use a page out of their $1 billion playbook that you now get for free. Buy some banners. And when you buy them, buy 5 of these motherfuckers so we don't have banner blindness. And your $10,000 ad, your $10,000 marketing space that you purchased from a third party, it'll now work for you and make you money. Or just do what you're doing and have it burn that 10,000 and never monetize it. So it's one of those situations. So found my Costco hot dog was my $150 banner ad, and I got my foot in the door. People loved it, and when they loved it, and if they didn't buy my 5-pack or 10-pack or 20-pack, guess what? I sold them more banners. Now that you love number one, let's get the fucking 5-pack this time. Don't be that person with banner blindness. Don't waste money. I'll do it all right now, and we'll tee it up for later. Be prepared. Don't be that person waiting till the last second to hit that deadline because you know you're going to be late. So that's what we did. And then once they liked the banners, as we started to expand services, then we had a built-in database that we can go offer things to. Like you guys heard me, I think it was it last Saturday? Was it, Jen? Like where I live closed or live pitched somebody and closed right on the spot. right? It was one feature, one thing, like, and I'm just literally learning how to use it myself. So I didn't know how to use it at that particular conversation, but I played with it a little bit enough to be able to like demo it. I still don't know how to connect someone's account to it yet, but that's also not my job. I'll have my team help me with there, right? But that's the point, is like how now we get their foot in the door. That same dude, he already asked me to ship him a bunch of business cards so he can give them out to 25 of his lenders, and invited me to the office to get them on that same thing. So I don't have business cards, so I'm just going to go in front of their face, because I figure I'll be able to close better when I control the room. So, but that's little foot in the door offer. Look what it did. It expanded it. And I got to thank you guys for coming on last Saturday. I would have never picked up the phone and made that call if I didn't want to prove a point to you guys how easy it is. Okay. So now we got, let's see, I connected with a guy who's I'm going to look in here. Actually, let me start at the top. I'm going to start with 497 3-click Facebook ads and my GHL, have it set for mortgage brokers in one agency, and scalp micropigmentation for the other agency. Okay, I don't know what scalp micropigmentation is, but like, can you just explain it, Matt? Ooh, the old finger thing on the phone. I know that trick. You'll find it. It takes like 3 taps. David Mason did that last week. I know the drill. There you are.
I'm clicking on my own photo and thinking like that's going to do it. Anyway. All right. So how to make this story really short when it's not. I've been in real estate and mortgage as my agency was full done for you. And now I've kind of switched to the SaaS model, Rob Bailey, right? Or, like, so yeah, trying to offer that. The agency I had in the mortgage industry, I had a business partner. He embezzled a bunch of money. We went to 80,000 MRR and then tanked and lost everything. And then I was in another coaching group and teamed up with this guy who needed fulfillment and everything. And he does scalp micropigmentation. That's
like for a scalp, like a head?
Micro dots. Yeah. To make it look
to get hair back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
so it's about it.
Got it.
So that's the agency we've been trying to work on and scale.
You're the back end. You're the back end for two. So mortgage is you, back end is scalp pigmentation thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay. So then you like the foot in the door is 497. Where are you struggling right now to sell it?
Well, so on the scalp, so the mortgage stuff has been kind of backburnered for a while. I was putting all my effort into the SMP stuff, because scalp micropigmentation, because that had more of a team, had more inertia. But I think honestly, I think it's a shitty niche. I think it's really, really micro. It's small. And
scalp pigmentation is not going to be micro, because look at Romans.com and the hymns and all that shit selling like people to fix their hair.
Yeah, I'm talking about how many artists actually do it. It's probably less than 10,000 in the whole US.
Well, I mean, like, think about this, like 10,000 people is a lot of people if you can get to them, because like you can't, like, how many clients you want? If you want 100, you have a pool of 10,000. That's still a fucking good enough. You can, if this is your foot in the door, I wouldn't worry about if you were trying to go to like Shark Tank and get investors, they're going to laugh you off the fucking TV show because there's only 10,000 people. But if you want to make a good living, that's a good market where it could be untapped, where you can have a solution where you're a niche of a niche of a niche. You're so niche that you could be the only show in town. And if there could be less competition, and that competition could be lazy, old legacy products and services, and they're just laughing their way to the bank because there's nobody stupid enough to get in that niche, right? Or smart enough to take over their legacy bullshit.
Yeah, no, I hear you. We really only have 2 competitors out in the market, both using the same kinds of tools.
Man. You're fucking good.
I feel like we're pretty good. We just moved to SaaS like 3 weeks ago. We did a soft launch. We had like 20 people sign up, 7 people actually showed, 1 person bought, but then it's been going downhill from there. Like, I feel like we've tapped out, and like, I think maybe we just need more opportunities. We need to like scrape lists and like find the people We have a group with like 380 artists in it. So we've been trying to cultivate that, but like, I thought like we put together a no-brainer offer, selling on like a live webinar, 30-minute with a Q&A at the end, drop the price, give the checkout link with a coupon code. It's like flatline. It's all flatline. Like
Right.
we've had 2 weeks of nothing.
Got it. Have you already had a conversation with Jason? Because he can go through your KPIs, break that shit down. Because like I'm just dropping a video for everybody who's not in the inner circle, who has not booked their battle call with Jason, because it sounds like you have a distribution issue more than anything, and having a contact sport, having the opportunities. Because like I like to sell with over the phone at first, and then I want to go virtual if I can. But wherever I find my number one angle of selling, typically it's going to be on a Zoom or a phone call. And depending on the context, like Diamond Club, I won't get on the phone to sell somebody $7 fucking, right? That doesn't make any sense for my life or theirs. Just either look at the website, and if you don't want to make money with us, don't fucking buy it. But if you think $7 will move you along the bridge, do it. It's $7 fucking. So that makes sense for that low ticket. But then when you with a foot in the door, like $497, I would just get on the like call and DM and go through our perfect stranger method, but get clear on like, who's your dream 100? What's your strategy to get in front of them? When you get in front of them, what's going to be your opening sentence? When you walk them through the process, how does that look? There's all these little things, these small little baby steps that lead to the $1 million baby. But without those little baby steps, it also leads to having zero income for 6 or 12 months and then switching industries again. Because switching industries is the number one no. It's a switch you issue, not you specifically, but like an internal thing. Because I see people like that went from roofing to fucking dentistry to personal injury, then family law. I'm like, dude, you're the problem isn't the market. The problem is you just haven't found like your foundation yet. And switching is like the number one sin.
Right. Great answer, man. I appreciate that. I did meet with Jason last night or yesterday afternoon at 3. And he was kind of urging me towards the mortgage side of things a little bit. And that's
both are good.
Again, this is kind of my big thing. I'm like, so we polled our user base and in that Facebook group to see like, what do they want? What do they think is going to help their business the most? And the biggest the thing that I think is maybe we're missing the mark, speaking out, just spitballing out loud here, is they all think Facebook sucks. They all want Google. They all want, Google ads and pay-per-click, the high intention stuff.
Right.
Like,
let me just address that really quick. If I was in your position, I would give the market what the market wants, but I would prove it on social first, saying like, if you want to do Google, that's perfectly fine. It's just as competitive there, but you're right. It is people typing in a little search and they want to do something. Now, as far as their level of intent, I don't know. It could be how to get a mortgage and they just wanted a blog, but they clicked your shit. It could be jumbo loans and they're just going to rate shop you to go back to the person that they already wanted to do business with anyways to squeeze them further. So there's all these different variables, right? So we can be paying for those variables, but if we prove a proven model, a proven system on Facebook, let's take that proven system, move that to Google eventually. But my job is it's not that Facebook leads suck. It's just that the strategy hasn't worked yet. Would you be open-minded to walk through my system, show you how it works? And if you feel confident, let's do it my way. And if you don't like it, we can definitely skip ahead and jump right to Google itself. And then we can talk about the budgets you'll need to pay Google based on what the market bears.
Yeah.
Because that's how I'm angling in my foot in the door. And this storyline was start with Facebook, we'll upgrade Google. If we want to go to Google, like this is just the honest truth. If it wasn't me selling to a lender and I can have a dinner conversation, I'm like, look, it's bloody out there. And if we want to be the biggest, baddest shark, let's get a budget that does us right. If you want to take a risk with the lowest budget, keep your fucking money because I'll burn that shit. If you give me enough to play with, I'm going to fight through what doesn't work to get the things that do. And then that's called optimizing. Right. Right. So like we don't have a magic bullet as marketers in every market, in every situation, in every lender or any dentist or whatever. The markets behave a little bit differently. Prices behave a little bit differently. Offers behave differently. The receptionists or the salespeople, some fucking suck. They're going to say they're good. And receptionists certainly suck because they're receptionists. They're not salespeople. They're supposed to say, you have an appointment at this time and that's it. End of sale. They can't say, hey, come in for the root canal, upgrade to this, buy this toothbrush, right? So there's variables. We're going to basically bring the traffic to them. Some is going to suck. That just means you have to be better at sales. Some is going to be lay down leads. That means you have to be even better at sales to recognize that, not to oversell. And then we make money that way and give us a year. All right.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
yeah,
so that's like, if you do consider the inner circle, this is the shit we dial in. So it's like repeatable, not just in mortgage, but any industry. It honestly does not matter the industry to me. It doesn't matter the offer to me. We can Jimmy rig it so you have your foot in the door, you have your big core offer, and then you have an ascension model so you don't have to constantly get, like I've had 300-400 clients at once. Do you know how hard it is to train fucking staff on that?
Yeah.
Like it is so stressful and so hard that like I didn't even like there was people that I hope they called in sick when I had that many people. I'm like, dude, I just like, and sometimes the nice people, I'm like, that smile is just so fucking stupid today. Cause I was just like, God damn, like something's gonna go wrong today. It was hard because and it wasn't fun. So we downgraded like we basically got bigger clients that can pay us more and work with a smaller group. And we made more, we had higher margins, a closer knit team. I can pay the same people more. I didn't have to say, hey, your balls off for me and I pay you less, or I'll not give you a raise quickly because I got to hire more people behind you. I just said, fuck that. Let me get a little better talent. And I can scale better with smaller by having my ascension model. I can sell them more of what they already have. I don't have to say, now that you bought Facebook ads, let's sell YouTube ads. I didn't have to do that. I'd say, hey, let's get more aggressive on Facebook. Let's try some new campaign strategies. Let's get some content going. Let's get some nurture content. Let's get some video content. Let me hire my boy to come out. He's going to charge 10 grand, but it's only one time for the year. Can you do that and trust in my recommendation? Then I can have a whatever referral fee for 20 or 30%. So I can not do the work and still like give a recommendation to a client that's really well. So there's all these different ways where we can kind of keep ascending our clients by giving them so much value for branding, for ROI, for expertise, for like marketing counsel. Like we end up like you guys are, I guarantee all you guys are feeling this right now. Are all fucking therapists for your clients sometimes, right?
Yep.
Just like a personal trainer is like a therapist for somebody who's in a fight with their wife. They just want to get you fucking lean and ripped and you bounce, right? And go home. But then they have to listen to the whole story and they're going to be your counsel. And that's what we get the opportunity is to be that counsel to people where they entrust us so bad that they're going to look at us as an authority, a voice of reason at all times. So that's important. That's how we ascend people up.
Cool.
Okay, let me go to the next one and keep dropping any stuff in here in Facebook land. You guys can do the same too. All right, JJ, how do I know what the foot in the door offer is? Okay, like the foot in the door is something that like I list out and I'm just prepared for no matter who. It's almost like a one size fits all. But when I meet the client, now my recommendations can be my foot in the door. So for example, like if somebody wanted to start Facebook ads with me, my first foot in the door offer is going to be like, I'm going to think about is going to be go high level CRM management. So I'm going to start saying, okay, I know that you want Facebook ads. How are you managing your lead flow? How do you know when a person on your team, they got a no-show, they got a sale, or they're sending a contract out? How does that look? Because now I'm teeing it up for, in case my Facebook ad price is too expensive, I want to solve this first problem. I want to build the foundation of their business And it's not because I'm trying to get the sale. I'm just saying there's a gap in your life. And if you don't have this, I'm going to get fired in a month or two anyways, because I'm going to give you a bunch of leads and they're going to be in your freaking email or on a Google sheet. How's that? Like, are you going to call those things 11 times in a row? Where are your notes going to go? What if somebody closes somebody and they don't highlight it green for closed, and then you call them and try to sell them? And they're like, dude, I'm already your customer. What kind of experience is that? That's whack. That's bad. I get that. I've gotten that before. Hey, it's just so-and-so from this company. Like, I noticed that you opted in for this ad. We would love to have you as a client. I'm like, motherfucker, I already bought. Get your shit together. Now I'm not even happy that you even called me, because now my experience means you're a Salesforce, not a care. You're not caring about me anymore. Now I don't even want it. Now I'm going in negative into my onboarding call, right? Because they don't have backbone of their business. Like, imagine if we all didn't have spines. How are we going to stand up straight? A business without a CRM has no spine. They are failing. They are the statistic that 90% of failures, they're one of them. They just don't know it yet. They have to wait 3 years to die, right? But if you guys get in front of them and explain this to them articulately, they can survive only because of you guys. They can take care of their business only because of you guys. They can repay the loans they borrowed from their friends and family only because of you guys. That's how important this shit is. To get an angle in the door. We're not trying to sell them. We're trying to understand their business and get a starting point so they can get their own momentum. We're meeting them where they are, and we might push them a little outside of their budgetary comfort zones. Just like any quality real estate agent, if your budget's $500,000, they're showing you up to $650,000 properties at least. They're going to push you outside the boundary to show you what's possible based on your list, or what's a little bit nicer. And then they're going to show you what you want to anchor you back into, well, I think I do want that bigger thing now, you know?
So what if they have, let's say they have a shitty CRM, or they don't have a CRM, they don't have a good process. What's your next thing? Like, if how do you set yourself up so that you do have a foot in the door if they can't afford the big thing?
Well, like if they already have a CRM, I'll evaluate, are you using it? Like with real estate agents, they all have a free CRM from their broker. I'm like, awesome. Now that you have a CRM, like, how's your automation process going to nurture your lead list? Cool. Are all your leads going in there when you meet them instead of just being on your cell phone or maybe your email or a piece of paper? Well, you know what? I really don't use it. Like, why not? I'm like, that's like a backbone of a business. Is like, let me back up a second, Mr. Whatever. Like, if you leave companies, like I'm using the real estate as an example. If you left, or did you work somewhere before you moved to Keller Williams, Remax? Okay, so it's possible that you may switch. So if you do use the broker CRM, you're going to lose all that data anyways. Can I show you what works really, really well for some of our other customers, where you don't have to just rely on Facebook ads? You can actually nurture the 10 years of people that you've built up in your database now, because it's likely that they could be interested in a home now or in the future, right? Because you live off referrals, you live off the brand awareness, the community. Let's move that into a system where we can just put you as the authority in the whole marketplace. And heck, you might be able to get a deal without even running an ad yet.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess what I'm confused about
Because
is
I'm going to find the gap, because like even like the lawn care guy, like that dude, for example, like if anybody could text, if anybody who's not traditionally a tech person, like a plumber, a lawn care, a locksmith, even, like if they had a database where they can just send a text message out timely, a gutter cleaner with California rains, it's perfect time to clean mud out of that shit. If they just send a text, people they're missing out on at least 10% of their database buying right now, here today. Like literally today. Like if they had 100 people, 10 people legitimately buy from that list without even picking up the phone from a text message right now.
I get that. How do we know like what our hot dog offer is though without talking to people? Like I feel like it's kind of putting the cart before the horse, isn't it?
So the hot dog offer is going to be simple. It's going to be like with the lawn care, it's going to be a text message database system. Now inside this text message database, I'm typing it in the chat too. We have missed call, text backs. We have DBRs, which stands for database reactivations. And then we have promo offers. Okay, so that's the only, like, all we're doing is picking one feature at a Go High level. We're picking an industry where they traditionally, they're the owner and the operator. They're the gardener, they're the lawn care, they're doing the work, and they have a crew. And when they're doing the work and the lawnmower is blowing, they can't hear their cell phone. They miss that call. If it's a client and they're upset, they are going to lose the deal. If it's a new prospect that wants to hire them because the neighbor referred them and they don't call back timely, they lost it to another gardener, right? So we can have with that, that's where I would go immediately with garage repair people, like smaller HVAC companies, and even bigger ones, because you never know how fucked up their systems are. Because I just met a HVAC guy that has 6 locations all over Southern California, like 20 custom branded vehicles. And the dude's invoicing system is like literally knuckle buster, like credit card things. Like knuckle busters, you guys might be too young, or maybe, you know, like you roll over the credit card and it imprints it. He uses that. And I'm like, oh, wow, fuck. How the hell are you doing like 5 million a year with knuckle busters? Imagine if he modernized, you could probably be doing like 7 or 8.
So
Yeah.
basically, so if we already have somebody who doesn't need this, then we just move on. That's kind of the thing. It's like we have a hot dog offer that we think is good enough for most of these people. And if they already have something like this, then we just kind of move on to the next one that does need our services.
Well, not everybody needs your services. It's just a matter if they're going to pay attention to you, like you, right? Because everybody does need marketing. Everybody, like right now, everybody even on this Zoom right now, you need something right now. It's whether you're going to admit it to yourself or not, right? Are you going to go get it or not? So like I need something. Like I want to get in better shape. I'm hiring a trainer. I've taken myself to the fucking furthest I could. I'm already getting drained in the gym. Now I need somebody to kick my ass. So I'm self-aware enough to go pay somebody to get me what I want out of life. Now they do too. Everybody needs something. Now it's about positioning yourself. So the easiest way to position yourself is be naturally curious on the sales call, which we'll go on like on Tuesday and Thursday. I do those calls, like sales on the inner circle I do. And then Thursday I do messenger sales calls. I'm taking over for Ben. And so we'll go through the presentation, the cold approach, the networking approach specifically, on how to create curiosity in people asking you, how do you do it? What do you do? All that stuff is so important on how you can make some money. Actually, is the guy? Oh yeah. All right. So hopefully you can't hear me, but he's right over here. You can't see me because there's a little pole in the way. But the dude right there, just sitting next to him, he doesn't know this yet. Chuck. Okay, yeah, he can't hear me. Okay, good. So he just raised $130 million for a movie he wants to write. But what he doesn't know is I want to present to him what I do so I can get involved with the designing of like the promotional materials. He doesn't know I'm going to present him to that yet. Because first we did, hey, good to see you. Then I recognize I'm going to see you here every day. Now I'm going to lean in today and saying, hey, when it comes to these designs, blah, blah, blah. I'll say, like, how do you get those produced? Like, are they like, would it be, have you ever thought of like not only using them, but maybe getting in totally alternative perspective so you can show your movie producers? And when you show the movie producers, do you think that there could be a possibility that they may like somebody else's better? Kind of like if you tear your ACL, you go to a doctor, you may want to consider going to a second doctor to have a second opinion expert. Typically people come to me as a guy of a second opinion expert. They get the core evaluation somewhere. They bring those to me to see my perspective. And then there's no harm in hiring 2 people to get a better result, right? Especially in design. So that's going to be my angle with him. And
awesome.
So good thing. Yeah.
I appreciate your input. Thank you.
Yeah, totally. And then we'll list out, like I have a whole list of in the door offers that I can share with everybody here. I shared it actually last Saturday or the Saturday before, where it's like all based off the phone of Go High Level. Because if it's like somebody who doesn't do social media well, why don't, like, do you feel that by not doing social media well, you could be missing out on potential business? Like, who do you know that does it really, really well that if you could have the time to mirror? Now, anybody in your office or anybody you know of that makes money off doing this kind of stuff, that they're the young kids, right? The millennials, they know this stuff. Okay, well, what if can show you a way that you can actually do this in 30 minutes a week. Would you be open-minded to even trying? And then I can lead them into the social planner. But then once I know the lifetime value of a deal, and once I know they believe that they should be there, but they're hesitant because of knowledge gap, and that they know other people are monetizing it really well. And let's say that gap, like a lifetime value of a deal is $1,000. But imagine how many $1,000 things they're going to be missing that they could have had by just learning something simple that I can give them in a snap because it's in Go High Level, and show them how to just post stuff in a planner. That might be worth $5,000. It could be worth $1,000. It could be worth $300 a month to them to join the party where all the clients are.
So for the social planner, would you also offer social media services? Because I imagine if a person isn't doing social media today and you're showing them how to actually post it, that's not the biggest hurdle. I think it's just creating the content.
Well, the only reason I don't want to go down that route, I want to enable them to have the ability to post in batches and pre-plan and pre-schedule. I don't want to do their I'm going in steps. And if you want to write content, you need the planner to put it in first, right? If you're not going to go to every platform one by one every single day and then post it. So first we need this. Now we're enabled. Now the next stage is, let me show you how to use it. Now, if you have a problem not being able to post it, then let's have the discussion of being your social media person. So I'm going in stages. One, I'm going to enable them to have the tool and the power to control their own destiny. Number two, I'm going to show them how to use the tool so they can actually execute. Number three, oh, you need help? Not a problem. What sort of help are you looking for? Because the reason I don't want to offer that yet is I'm going to overwhelm them. And then my price is going to be too high. I'm preventing them from getting started. And if we don't start, they don't receive. And then now a domino effect happens where they may never start.
How did you help Chuck raise so many millions of dollars? What was the system? Chuck.
Oh no, I didn't help him raise it. He did that all on his own. He's like, dude's old. He's like 70. So he probably has contacts up the wazoo. Yeah, I didn't help him with any of that. Yeah, I just sit next to him normally at Starbucks. Like it's our office seating. Like someone's in my office chair over there. Yeah, he's always to my right, an arm's length away. Yeah, I have a couple buddies here. My buddies are now like 70. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are they all in the billionaires club?
You know what? I don't know. We all dress like shit, so you can't tell. I don't know. Like, I think we all shop at Costco and wear those Pumas they sell. I know, like, me and like 70-year-olds wear the same tennis shoes. Okay, let's see. All right, JJ. Okay, I just went over that. I connected with a guy who was just starting out. He doesn't have a site and does not have many friends on Facebook. After I get the conversation going, is it worth offering him a site in GHL for just $100 a month so I can set? Yeah, 100. Like, you know what, Gene? I wouldn't do it for $100 a month if the website doesn't exist. Quite frankly, the reason why is because the build is going to be as if you're doing a WordPress website. What I would do is give them a couple options, like maybe no, never mind, not a couple options. Get an upfront fee, just saying like it's $750 or $1,000 or whatever you're comfortable saying that makes you happy with the revenue and the time it's going to take you, because you're gonna have time to do it, because you're gonna have a learning curve. And I'm not saying charge somebody to like take longer to figure a new software out. That's not the case. We're going to solve a problem for him by not getting the business he deserves by having a shit presence on the internet right now. That's what we're solving for. So our price can be as high as we want because of the value we bring. If by not having a website is losing him $10,000 deals and it's losing him 10 every quarter, that's a $10,000 website build for me, because the value is associated to his market need. So when it comes to just getting something started with a no-brainer price, $1,000 for a website would have been cheap 10 years ago, right? Like now I would charge $2,000 for that same thing because of inflation and shit costs more. So I would
So
say
should I
like
charge like I would
$1,000
charge for
and
a
$100.
website?
Yeah, instead of doing a $10,000 custom build and like putting it on WordPress, and we constantly have to update the software and have servers and everything. It'll like the cheapest way or the most cost effective way to get the same thing is modernizing. Like AI's out there now. We're going to use that same analogy into getting you a more cost effective conversion friendly website. It's $1,000 and just $100 a month, and then you have a software that self updates.
Okay, that makes
So you
sense.
get or whatever price. It could be 2,000, 2,500, whatever.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I just haven't played with the sites yet in GHL, so I
Yeah,
was trying
here,
to.
like your inner circle. So I'm gonna FOMO a couple of you guys into this. Like whoever joins the inner circle, I'm gonna give you a website. Like, and tell me if this is pretty much like, so you can give this away. You can give the website away for free, as part of your offer, saying, hey, by signing up with my text back, whatever, my missed call text back campaign, it also comes with a website if you want it, or you understand their website shit, or they need a website. Saying if you sign up with me, it's $300 a month. I'm going to have the missed call text back, but I'll also have a website that's beautiful, custom, and I can just plug it. You have to plug in the content and it's done. That's it. Is that a fair deal? Instead of paying $5,000 for the website, I'm just going to give you one of my pre-made proven templates that will help make you look like an awesome lawn care specialist or an awesome plumber, totally for free.
So
All I
is
ask
it,
is we just get started. Yeah, so I'll show you the
yeah,
example.
so
really
you're
quick.
really just charging, like, that's technically free, but then it's the text back messaging thing that really the service you're selling.
Yeah, you can stack it however you want. You can charge them for both. Me personally, I would charge everybody for everything until I'm met with friction. And then I'm thinking, like, if it's like, look, I want it all, it's just not in the budget. But like, all right, not a problem. Well, in the spirit of moving forward, if you were to prioritize what's most important from 1 to 3 that we just discussed, how would that look for you? And now we're just getting in the budget. Okay, cool. And I can say, I'll tell you what, if we can get started right now, I'll comp the missed call text back, which you obviously know you need, it's valuable, but it's number 3 on your list. I'll comp that for the first 3 months just to get started, and then we'll activate the pricing thereafter. Is that a fair deal? Is that a give and take so we can help you get started?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. What kind of, do you have like pricing for like these kinds of things, like the database reactivation and things along those lines?
I mean, because my cost of implementation is already pretty much a sunk cost outside of setting up a sub account, connecting a Twilio telephone number and all the administrative work, the Go High Level system I have already paid for. That administrative time it takes is my only variable cost. So if that variable cost is like $200, $300, or $500, then that's where I can either do a couple things. If I do it for $97 a month, I have 5 months till break even, then I'm in a profit zone. If I do a setup fee of $300 and then $97 a month, now 300 plus, and then includes the first one, now 3 months I'm a break even. So I lowered my break even from 5 to 3. If I want to charge a setup fee, hey, to get the tech set up, get your own system, get your onboarding, get your training, make a custom video for you so your staff and future people never forget this. It's a one-time setup of $500 and then $97 a month thereafter. That's all to get started. And now I'm break even at the point of sale, then 100% profitable the rest of their usage. Like $197 is 100% profit at that stage, or 90 or 197 or 297 or whatever it is.
Okay.
The foot in the door just simply means, how do we get this party started here now today? How do we solve one problem, a sliver of a problem? How do we make your life 1 ounce, 1%, 0.5%, a fucking millimeter better so we can just get started? Because the people you're selling to have wanted to do this 5 years ago. The salespeople or the people who have talked to them those last 5 years have not created the urgency, the importance, the presentation of how it's leaving money on the table. When you leave money on the table, you're literally saying, I'm leaving freedom on the table, free time on the table, vacations on the table, college tuition for my future kids or existing kids on the table, because you're not helping them get that simplicity and their systemization in their business. And I'm talking to marketers, and if you guys are coaches, consultants, amazing. If your shit gets an ROI for people, get out there and get a foot in the door, because we all got no's because we offered the big thing that the customer wanted. Now we also have to be prepared to give them what they can start with that they truly, truly need to. Because when somebody buys something from you and do a really good job, and they like your communication, they like you, and they're going to do more business with you. Because we've always heard this ever before. If this thing works, I'll spend unlimited money with you. The foot in the door is to get that conversation so they actually can spend more money with you. Because they want to. They truly, truly want to. They just don't trust you yet.
True.
Yeah, because I talk to skeptical people every single day. The only thing skeptical people are hurting is themselves, because now they lost their ability to be leaders. Leaders make decisions. If you don't make the decisions, you're no longer a leader. And if you own a company and you don't make decisions, you don't own a company. You have a fucking hobby. Right? So you can't be scared to fail. You just have to be more open-minded to buy. And you have to be open-minded to trust the person on the other line, or be good at fucking interviewing them or asking questions. Because just as good as salespeople are at asking questions, you guys got to be just as good to buy the thing, because you're only hurting yourself if you miss an opportunity. And that's what your clients are facing too.
True.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. But rehearse. That's like the number one sin is don't rehearse. Right? Like, I have sinned, right? Like, you're gonna have to go to confession if you don't rehearse. Okay. BG, what up, Brian? Always good to see your smiling face.
My man, how are you doing? How
This
are you
guy is the
doing?
most energized person I've ever. I love this dude. Everybody meet Brian. He's the man. He's OG GSD. Yeah. Yeah, man. Thanks for hopping on. Hopefully your call went well. He's a boxer too. I'm gonna go see Creed 3.
Oh, sweet. I want to go see it too, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you, like, Derek Coleman, the copywriter, he said it was badass. You gotta go see it. So even though the Rocky movies are really corny, they're also like one of those things I always commit to. I love Rocky movies. Anyways, what's good with you, man? You have any questions? You just listening?
Yeah, just listening in, man. Think I'm cool. I got a big launch this next week for SaaS with a huge agency, man. So I just been kind of, like I said, just getting to that point to where I'm like not doing what I need to do just because that irrational fear comes up, and I'm kind of like self-sabotaging.
Yeah, man. You got to put your mindset, like, I always future pace myself. Like, let's say 10 years from now, like, what would that guy advise you to do right now, today, to go get that deal? So you bring in that deal so you can free your life up. So it's like my 10-year future you will be like, don't fuck this up, Brian. Don't fuck it. Like, do the, like, instead of like doing the simple tasks, like checking your email and DMing fucking people, focus on getting your presentation right, because then it's repeatable over and over. So whatever the advice that means to you, like, focus on the most important things. I used to do that same shit. When I had big meetings, I was like, oh, let me focus on like that response to that client, that if I responded now or in a week, it doesn't matter. But I'm like, oh, let me keep busy. But then I'd fuck up that biggest, most important creme de la creme lead, because I'd wait till the end and then I felt unprepared. I was like, fuck that. Let me prepare for the big boys. And then when it works, not instead of if it works, when it works, now I got a repeatable process for the big boys. Now I got a brand new market where people don't bitch, cry, complain over fucking money. They just pay the goddamn invoice, and they'll pay 10 times the price, and they won't even call you because they don't give a shit. They'll just be like, Brian's going to take care of it. And if Brian didn't, they're like, oh, whatever happened to Brian? Because they're a big company, right? Because the decision makers in bigger companies, it's not their money. They're the director of product, it's the director of marketing. They have to spend the budget, right? They have no choice but to spend the money. I had a friend of mine saying, I have to spend $400 million because he buys real estate for nursing homes. He's like, I can't find shit. I'm going to be fucked. I won't hit my bonus if I don't spend their money. Right?
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, so it's now like in terms of like the deal and everything like that, I closed that, got paid up front. It's just like the back end like delivery.
Oh, you need to, so you got the deal. Now you got to deliver it.
Yeah, so I mean, I got the basics of it, so it's just rolling out. So basically, what I'm doing now is just like building them out like a GHL SaaS, and just
Yep.
trying to hire some team, getting together like the customer onboarding experience with some VAs and just going over that.
Shoot me over your like the scope of work you want to delegate to a VA or a go high level person. Just saying like, I need onboarding, and what about onboarding? Bullet point it. If you don't already have that set up, or if you do, send me what you got and I'll see who I have. Because then you can alleviate the pressure of you selling, doing the work, or finding the person. Because then we can systematize this shit so you can just focus on the sale.
Yeah, and like, so the sale is done, and it's just at the point to where
The delivery.
I yeah, now and I have like the delivery is just making sure that it's a good experience, and I guess that just happens as you go. But maybe I'm having too much of a me thinking it's going to be all the way done, but it's causing me to kind of miss out on prospecting and sales, which is really really important to me as well, because I'm just focusing so much time here. But I think it's just one of those times I think I just need to.
Yeah, don't chase perfection because it doesn't come. There's always going to be room for improvement as you go. Like, your customers will give you the best feedback versus you trying to figure out what that is, unless you know a problem to be true that you need to fix. But I want the best way to do onboarding is like, it doesn't matter if there's like things that you could improve on. It's the experience you give while you're walking them through it. If you're doing a human to human Zoom, if it's just like watch this video and do it yourself type stuff, is that the case?
Yeah.
Or
No. So that was problems of mine in the past, like, and just having the time to onboard. But basically what'll be happening, and what I train the team to do, is instead of just doing like one-on-one, I broke it down into like 4 sections. There's 4 sections to the stats, right? It's like setup, there's basic stuff, there's more advanced features, and then there's like some back end retention stuff that I build out for some people that get like a higher premium thing. So basically what I did is just broke them down, recorded a few onboardings, myself onboarding a few people, and now it's going to be like weekly onboardings to where like multiple people can get on. The VA will be handling like multiple people and just taking them through those various stages. I feel like that's a lot of
come on, if you can mark on your calendar Wednesday at 2 p.m. Wednesday at 2 p.m. next week. That's the bottlenecks call. Come on that call. I'll walk you through some simplification processes on that.
sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, because we used to do a high volume onboarding. It wasn't like complex, go high level, but it was like imagine dealing with 100 real estate agents in a day, and you have to that's what we were doing. So I got some good systems, or at
Sweet.
least SOPs. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. Cool. All right, let's go through some other things. Remember, if you didn't, if you want GHL, like Jen dropped it in the link. If you don't have it, use our link. It's our affiliate link. And we'll help you guys learn how to sell this even more effectively than you might on your own. One big resistance point to overcome. It just gets easier after that. Yeah. I mean, big fan of just doing it. Best way to do anything is just do it. Best way to get it good at sales is do sales. Best way to door knock is go door knock. Best way to talk to guys or girls is go talk to guys or girls. It only gets easier thereafter. It's not as scary once you start. You'll realize that. That's why when babies learn how to swim, the parents just dunk them in the pool with the little floaties, and they're fearful. Then they kind of find their way. They're like, oh shit, ain't so bad. I love swimming, right? Sometimes you just got to jump into the deep end, and the deep end is just simply start. All right. Any other Q&A before we go? Raise your hand if you have any questions. Unmute. 2. How did you guys like today's session? Is it a reiteration? Is it going to help you guys go get some confidence to go out there in the world and go do something with it? Go make offers. Go, like, most important thing when I say make offers, I don't mean like go be a salesperson like with a lemonade stand saying buy my shit for this price. It means understand your customer, find out their needs and their problems before we start product pitching. Because if we shove something down somebody's throat, they're not going to do it. And if they do, you convince them versus them persuading themselves. And when you convince somebody, they're going to obviously like want to cancel, or they don't feel good about it, and they just did it at that moment, and then they're going to get out in a couple months. So I would just argue to say like get good at being naturally curious. And if you come to our sales calls, like the Inner Circle guys, like JJ and Jen and Brian and whoever else is on here that's Inner Circle, I think Tiki as well, we'll go over, and Derek, come to the sales calls on Tuesdays. Like, I'm going to give you a secret. I love those calls, and I think they're the best calls of the week, those on Thursday. But then we have the other stuff like ads, you have automation, you have messenger strategies, you have content writing for yourselves. There's all kinds of stuff that you can learn. But come to the sales call, because that's going to be the best way to be able to present your product. And once you get the winning formula on the presentation, then you just have more conversations with people. And then if any of you guys are on the Zoom and not in Diamond Club, I just dropped it in the Zoom chat, $7. So you can hop on there. I can see you leaning in, JJ. Are you typing something, or you want to ask something?
Oh, I didn't want to bother you since I know that you're trying to hop off. So I can ask you at a different.
No, just go ahead. We're here.
Well, I'm starting a coaching business, and it's all around helping women overcome negative self-talk and being critical. And so I'm trying to figure out what that question is, like that I put on my website. What's the best way to phrase that? So I was just wondering if you have tips on how to discover a very compelling, attention grabber.
I would ask like your inner circle of people to do a little market research, like what makes them have self-doubt, angst, anxiety, miss like social settings and social gatherings and stuff like that. Just a little bit of market research if you can ask them transparently, because some of it's going to be like, I don't know, like maybe they don't feel worthy, or I mean, like they're going to be like a woman. Like I would ask women. I'll give you a bad answer from my perspective. And I don't want to kind of put my foot in my mouth, especially live on the internet. So, but I would also, this is me personally, I would go to TED Talk or like YouTube and search Brene Brown or some women of like motivational like influence. And when they start the talk, they're probably gonna have like a question or two in the beginning, and see what those questions are. Those are going to give you a little bit of research. That's one angle. Number two is go on Amazon and type in the topic, and you'll find some books, and you can read like that first forward or preview, and it can give you some ideas from there. So you can come up with like what would be a great like question to ask to open up and hit some pain, but create transparency.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. And then you can use Go High Level to like host all your membership content and all that stuff, because it has a membership platform built in as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well, guys, you guys have an awesome Saturday. Enjoy it. Whatever it is you guys do. Like I'm gonna tell you what to do. Fuck, I was gonna say it in the form of advice. Spend an hour a day rehearsing your offers. Imagine you have your perfect line in front of you. What would you say to them? Rehearse that even in your mind and try to write it out. It's only going to help you guys. I can't tell you how many times I wrote down my presentation. Oh, like at least, I mean, I can't even quantify it, but it's over 1,000 times. And I don't use Google Docs or Microsoft Word. I use a pen and fucking paper, because if I fuck up, it's forced me to write it again. And then I fuck up, it forces me to write it again. But most importantly, it's ingested into my body, and it becomes like second nature, faster. Otherwise, I'm just a professional script reader, right? Once you get that winning formula, I mean, I can tell you, you'll have superpowers for yourselves, okay? So 1 hour a day will keep the bill collector away, and you guys will have a lot of cash flow going in your future, okay? All right, bye guys. Have a good rest.